Hi, and welcome to Winners Corner. This Sunday, we're going to Bollnäs Racetrack for our Grand Slam 75 round. It's a tricky round, and we'll get to see a very big star, Lannem Silja, in a comeback. This phantom cold-blooded mare, she has had a 2 years layoff, being a mother, becoming a mother, but now she's back on the track.
In absolute fantastic style. The qualification race, she finished the last lap in 1:24 and she wasn't being pressed. They're not going to beat her.
And she's starting in race 10, and we'll get back to that race in a little while. But for now, we start in race 8. It's a race of a full distance for quite inexperienced horses. And how do you want to open up this Sunday?
I've gone straight for Woodland Avenue with Ulf Olsson, and I think this horse has got a lot more to show. You can see he comes third here, but keeps on going, and he's had a tough race. He was on the outside a while here. He doesn't give up, and Ulf Olsson isn't pushing him at this stage, so saving a lot of energy there. And I think this draw, and he's got a good chance.
So number 6, Woodland Avenue, will be our first bet of the day. Continuing on to the next race, race 9. We have a long distance race. I think it looks very hard to solve, but you are of another opinion.
Yeah, it's Grand Slam 75. We want to win big. And I've had to take a few chances, and these are the chances that you have to take if you want to be the only winner. And I think a fairly good payout it could still be secured with Kick My Dream. And it's Oscar Kallenblum, who I really feel has come forward as a far more respected driver. He's, by the way, a new trainer. You see him here, he's finishing right down the centre there, but he runs on. And that's what I like about it. He comes in and he comes eventually fourth. But as I say, a good performance. And I noted down last time, watch him. He needed the race. And Kick My Dream is going to kick a lot of people's dreams.
So that's another win bet in race 9. And we move on to race 11. It holds 12 horses that are divided up over 2 tiers. And what interesting, valuable bet have you found for sale?
I found a really interesting outsider, and it's number 4, Mill York, with Ulf Eriksson. He needed the race last time. He's had diverse problems, etc. He's been away from racing a lot. You see him right at the back there, and he will disappear out of the picture, but don't be alarmed. What I like is that he stays with that leading group, and he runs on well over the finish line. And as I say, he needed that race. It's going to bring him on a tremendous amount. And just this time, he's got a 20-meter advantage because it's circle start. And from the front this time, he's going to be a tough nut to catch.
Bet you place a show bet.
I place and show bet because I think it's good value for money. With his price and the field, you get a really good return on the show. And I think it's worthwhile.
Sounds great. And with that, we move on to the daily double. And in DD1, we get to see the most interesting race of the day. Harry, we've talked about her already, Lannem Silja. She's won 44 out of 48 races. She's earned 7 million Swedish crowns. What else can you tell about her?
Well, you just said it all. You just don't see horses like this very often. Maybe once in every 2 decennias. What a phenomenal horse. And honestly, as I said, it's not over till the fat lady sings, but I'm telling you, the fat lady's already sung.
In DD2 then, we already talked about your outsider there, your show bet number 4, Mill Work. But here you double the system.
Yeah, I've put in number 12, Kimber Dream with Thomas Pettersson, and definitely it's a long way back with a handicap, but is capable of beating this field. So just to round off again, that we get a good chance of making a fair profit if our double sits.
So the DD solution for this Sunday contains 2 combinations. Now, Grand Slam 75, the game that is very similar to V75, but the combination price is doubled. And you have composed a Grand Slam 75 system for us. This is what it looks like. And we can see here that we've already talked about your chosen bankers. In the 4th leg, number 6, Woodland Avenue. In the 6th leg, number 1, Lannem Silja. The first leg, it's a race with circular start, only 8 horses in the field, but you've chosen 5 of them. I assume then that you think that this is a difficult race to solve?
Quite seriously, my object here is to be the only winner. For those of you who follow our system, there'll be a couple of us. But number 7, Harold Vox, is in a class of his own, really. And as I say, I would imagine probably sitting around about 70% of all in the coupons left in. I've gone here because if he makes a mistake, the payout is automatically going to be starting to pay big. And that's my theory here. So I'm including those extra horses solely to get the upset.
Sounds great. And we move on to the second leg, a sprint race for cold-blooded horses with a circular start. Also in this race, it looks as if you seem a little bit unsure of the outcome because you mark 6 horses.
Yeah, it's a northern bred race, and as I say, a very, very tough race to work out. There are so many horses with chances, and we see so often in these races that you do actually get the upset, and that's why I've taken them. I think that if I have to choose the best one, it's going to be 15 Sunbow Skipper. Magnus Frank, the trainer, says they believe in a good chance. There are quite a few there. Stan Juan Never is also a year's debutant. And as I say, I've covered my bets here, basically hoping to stay alive because we've got our 2 bankers, and I'm going to make sure we get 7 right.
Okay, sounds good. And the third leg, let's say a few words about that as well, is an inexperienced mares. There is a clear favorite here in number 9, Soleado 1, but you don't want to use her as a banker. How come?
No. Again, I think inexperienced horses. I think Serena has not won a race yet, but it's knocking on the door. And again, I'm looking for that little upset. As I said, I'm solely relying on my 2 bankers, and I think I've got an 80% chance that they're going to sit. So if I've covered the other races and we get any outsider coming in there, we're in for a good payday.
Yeah, and we've talked about your banker in the 4th leg, and in the 5th leg, we've also talked about number 5, Kick My Dreams. But here, you double your system with number 9, In Disguise. Why?
Yeah, well, think of the name In Disguise. It's a winner in disguise, totally forgotten about. And I really think that if there's going to be an upset, it's going to come with In Disguise. But I like 5, Kick My Dreams. Either kick everybody's dreams or we clean out In Disguise.
Okay, then. And we've already talked about the last 2 legs. So with this, we can conclude that the Grand Slam 75 system, it contains 480 combinations. Now, before saying bye-bye, we have to talk about the big trotting event of the day this Sunday. It's Prix de France down in France. What can you tell us about this fabulous race?
What a phenomenal race. I'll say my commentary last time in Winner's Corner, we got them right the first 3, but we didn't get them in order. This time, Ridley Express isn't starting, I believe. It's going to be a battle between Propulsion and the Bellini Jocelyne from the Bazir stable. I think these 2 stood out in the Prix d'Amérique. Bold Eagle, obviously always there. So for me, I've been shouting the odds all week, as I did before the Prix d'Amérique. Prix de France? No question. Propulsion.
Sounds good, and we keep our fingers crossed for Propulsion this Sunday. Of course, you know our website, that SwedishHorseRacing.com is the place where you find additional information about Swedish trotting and horse betting. And with that, we wish you the best of luck with your bets this Sunday, and of course, don't miss the great sport down in France, Prix de France. Bye-bye.